Which part of Jamaica you come from? Let me ask you that first.
Well, actually, I'm not Jamaican, but
Where
I
from?
do have a lot of friends that are Jamaican. I'm originally from Ghana, West
My
Africa.
brother said he ran into you in Jamaica. That's why I asked.
No, the next
Oh,
man.
Oh, it was the
yeah.
other. Oh, it was the other brother. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So look, what's your preference? White girl, black girl, Spanish girl, and you can throw something in there. You can say Arab. You can say Asian. I just want the truth.
Me personally, I don't really have a preference. I just go by the attitude and the vibe when you meet a lady, and you start talking to them, regardless of their nationality or regardless of your race. I think it's more about, the vibe. Do they give you a positive vibe? Is it a vibe that, you can relate to? That you can say, okay, yeah, I can fuck with her, regardless of who they are.
You preaching to the choir. I agree 100%. And I think the fact that you're not born and raised in America, you have different experience with melanated sisters. I think where you're from, you're probably getting a better vibe than what the brothers here is used to.
True, true. Cause naturally where I'm from is more like a friendly type. It's more family oriented. Not saying that in the Western world, like especially America, it's not family oriented, but it's like where we're from, the neighborhood, everybody knows everybody. When you see everybody, you greet.
More
you
love.
know, over here, I've had some situation where like you meet a sister and you just by greeting them, by saying hello, they give you the vibe
Yeah,
like,
attitude.
why are you talking to me? Do I know you? No, I'm just being nice. I'm just
Yeah.
saying hello. That's because that's where I'm from.
Right,
Where I'm from. When
right.
I see an individual, you greet. That's a form of establishing, communication. Like,
Exactly.
yo, I'm safe. Ain't no
Right.
fence. There is no nothing over here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just letting you know.
Intentions
Hey,
is good.
that's it.
But you have a good clientele because them sisters that you just had, she was nice. She had a nice attitude. So the man is getting back what he putting out. So
And that's a fact. And that's a fact. It's all about what you put out. That's what you get from people. If you give people negative energy, they're gonna give you negative energy. So it's all about the energy. Which one you need, Muhammad?
all right, facts. No preference,
I'll try.
just energy and vibe. That's what I'm getting in New York. So that's good, and that's where I'm from. So maybe that's why I don't necessarily have a preference either. I just like beautiful women that
And
act
also
beautiful.
there's a lot of diversity. There's
In
a
New
lot
York.
of diversity. Sometimes you have to express yourself, or in a better way, just expand your wings. Sometimes if you so focus on one thing, it's good, and at the same time it can be bad because you end up missing a lot of stuff. You can end up missing a lot of things. Experience is the best teacher. Sometimes by you dealing with black females, you get a chance to deal with other race. You can be able to have a great sense which one suits you better.
I tell guys that all the time. Date variety because you learn more about yourself than anybody else.
And like women in natural, they said they're like the mysterious creatures. So you have to explore. The more you deal with,
Strange.
the more you deal
Strange
with,
punani.
the more you deal with different type of women, the better serve you when it really comes time for you to get married.
To pick one, I say that all the time.
To get married
Yeah.
because now you have dealt with different emotions.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. That same advice you're giving to the brothers, you think that's good advice for women to go around and experience a lot of men before they settle down?
All right, so in my culture, that is frowned upon.
Yeah, exactly.
When the female is out there,
Promiscuous.
and, like a lot of men go after them, but things have changed. We in this 21st century where kind of everything goes. So I think as a woman, you too should be able to stand for yourself and be able to decide, okay, no, this guy that I'm dealing with right now, he is not up to my standards.
Yeah, but do you think she should have been around the block? You think that's good
No,
for
but-
healthy
but
for
here's the
marriage?
thing, but what do you mean by she's been around?
She
the
slept
block?
with a lot of guys.
But would you say you also been around the block?
Yeah, but I'm a guy though. Me sleeping with other women, I'm bringing her that experience.
Yeah, but
Do you want her to bring you some experience?
But okay, wouldn't you want to have a female that have experience of dealing with men? Because men have emotions too. We might not show it. We show
Not
it.
sexually though. I don't want her to been, ran through.
No, not necessarily like a run through. Like when we say not like a chick where niggas is running trains on.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The only experience that I want a woman to have
Uh-huh.
for a long-term relationship is experience with a good father. That's it.
True, but what happens if, this day and age, a lot of family, there's not a man in the house?
But that's why I'm picking a woman. When it's time to get married, I'm picking a woman that had a daddy growing up.
Yeah, but what if she did it and she's still a great
Then I'm not picking her.
What if she had a great mother and the mother was able to instill, a lot of great attribute in her?
I'm gonna have a hard time. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying I have a hard time believing that a woman is gonna be well balanced if she didn't have a good mother and a good father.
So what about the man? You think a man too is going to be well balanced if there was not a mother and a father in the house?
There's a lot of dudes I don't even talk to if they weren't raised by a good man.
Okay.
I'm just saying. A lot of times when dudes don't operate correctly, they don't have honor, they don't have integrity. I could tell they wasn't raised by a good man.
And that's true. That's true because as a man, I think that you need a male figure in your life. But sometimes we don't, and we have to learn things on our own.
But I tell guys, get a mentor. Get an older man that you admire. Get mentored.
A lot of the times that's a good idea, but we or some other guy end up getting taken advantage of. You might think that he's your mentor, and because you don't know better, they might steer you in the wrong direction. So,
you got to pick wisely, though. And you got to pick someone that has shown improved. He has accomplished, what I'm saying, in his life. So he's a pillar in the community. He's standing for something. He's admired, right? So you gotta pick your mentor wisely. And I think a lot of young guys in the black community don't, and that's why they're glorifying the wrong influences. They're following the wrong people, right? Because those aren't admirable men to begin with, right? And they're not old enough either.
And that brings back to a male not being in the house, because sometimes certain things that when you're a teenager, you're growing up, that is essential. You don't have access to it.
Exactly.
So that's why sometimes you might think, they picked the wrong mentor. It's not necessarily it was they wanted to pick that guy because in their mind, in their eyes, they saw him as a provider.
Right.
They were able to provide them with things that they consider to be essential that there's no father in the house to give them. Right. So,
Well, let me ask you this.
Very unlucky sometimes. It's very unfortunate for the right word.
So you're a business owner, correct? A black business owner.
Yes.
Okay. Was your father a business owner?
No.
Okay.
No.
So where'd you get that decision or that influence to decide that? Where did that come from? You said I wanted to.
From high school. When I was going to high school, they had a program. It's a finance program that I was involved in. And every now and then they will have guest speakers. And a lot of the guest speakers was entrepreneurs. So they will always encourage us that, if you do get a chance, try to do this on your own. Try to become, self-sufficient. Build things on your own, and that involve working for yourself.
Awesome. Okay, one more thing. I'm going to let you go because I see you, obviously conducting business. Would you recommend the women from your country to American men looking for good wives?
Yes. Yes, I would. Because that brings us back to the original question is what is your preference?
Right.
Okay. Every woman have their own standard. You have your own choices. So now, if you see, regardless whether she's African, whether she's Asian, whatever she is, if you feel like she has shown you enough that meet your standard,
right,
and vice versa, then why not?
Put a ring on it.
Hey.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I do.
Put a ring on it.
Hold on.
The car, the houses, everything.
Hold on. I lied. I actually had one more question I wanted to ask you.
Okay. Right.
As a man coming from the continent of Africa.
Yes.
What is your views on polygamy? Do you believe in having multiple wives?
I do in having multiple wives. But that doesn't mean that I want to do it. It's a belief. Now, the reason why I say it, as a man, sometimes, a man got needs. A man got needs. A man got needs sometimes. Yeah. So listen, man. The reason behind polygamy, right, is instead of you cheating, going outside, doing all that extra shit. If you and your first wife can talk about it.
Exactly.
Can talk about it. All jokes aside, you talk about it like You know, you put your cards, your chips in front of the
Exactly.
table,
Yeah.
and you let her know how you feel
Exactly.
and the things that you feel like is lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel necessary that if you can bring another
Wife,
woman
yeah.
in and those things can be accomplished, well, for all you know, if you put those cards on the table, she can then, you know, analyze and say, oh, you know what, I can do this.
Exactly.
I can fulfill that.
Exactly.
If you feel like this is a void,
Mm-hmm.
I can fill that void. Now there's no need for you to go outside and get another woman. And communication. You have to communicate with your woman.
The respect. Look, the girl checking for you right now. Look, he got a sister checking for her right now. Look, she waving to you. So what he's talking about, I had that exact conversation with my woman, and she straight up told me, you got to make X amount, and I need to have this, and this taken care of, guaranteed, and then you can bring someone else in.
Right.
So anybody who knows me, I've already had polygamous relationships, but yeah. So my girl just gave me a number and the terms, and I'm trying to get to that number so I can have that second one.
Communication, bro. Communication is everything.
Communication
It's
is
all about
everything.
the communication.
Yeah.
And then being that, having a sense of comfort. You know, sometimes a lot of guys, they're shy about having those conversations with your woman.
Yeah, they're not
Because
confident.
because they feel like it's too sensitive and what's not. But that's when we fuck up. You
Exactly.
have to talk to your woman.
Talk the truth.
You have to talk to you have to tell her your truth. And because if you keep hiding, then the next day she go through
The
your
problem is
phone.
the lying. Yeah, guys don't realize the problem isn't what you did. The problem is that you lied about
Yeah,
it.
she
Be a
goes through your
man.
phone,
Say this is
and
what it
then
is.
She sees all this thing now. It's like, oh,
She
shit.
can't trust you with nothing now.
Yeah, but it's better you talk about
Yeah,
it. You know?
I appreciate you, homie, man.
problem.
Keep doing your thing.
Anytime, man.
Respect and love.
Always.
Let's make the world better.
Always, man.
We out.